volunteer with the glare, time to get up. Colonize the proud and such. I never give up, a little light go a long way. Touch, my mind is 48, bootstrapping a state, a date rate. Seduce some more take, I break gates and bars of all fate. Feed them all, break walls, that's the call.
We working for the day when the pigs try to dodge we. Me and my people, my black and brown folk, from St. Louis out to Puerto Rico. Liberty, gotta see our freedom fighters free, cause they fought for you and me. Yeah, Mike and Chanto, the life work of Banto. They murdered him and many others. Packed the prisons with our sisters and brothers, fighting for what we want. From Vieques out to Louisa, overthrow the overseer. Uncle Sam, a true deceiver. Ponce, punks on the colonizer. You know they do despise those out there who try to open our eyes. So they made the prison the freedom fighters' prize.
Create their own vision and not create nonsense for YouTube, but create videos of important things that occur through your everyday of existence. I think when we talk about change, we have to talk about a change in humanity. We have to talk about changing the livelihoods of our people. And that's my message to you. So get away from that fancy, dancy stuff and start creating your own vehicles of educational process. There's educational opportunities. Don't forget who you are, where you come from. You know, you have a commitment to your community. Go back. But make sure that what you're going to do is for humanity and for changing the lives of our people. Don't get sold out. Don't allow yourself to get sold out by corporate America. Don't allow yourself to get sold out by corporate America.
Freedom call to y'all and to all, and the tall of the wall is the heart of the fall. String the chain and switch up the game and sharpen your aim to reclaim your name. Judas Tree, the land of the free, for you and for me, we be refugees. Flight or fight, despite our plight, we like dynamite so we can unite. Then again, the FLN, them men in the pen just got to say when. Drop the bomb behind the baton, unarmed for the calm, rock on till the dawn.
Whether or not you're in jail, you're still in prison. The reality of Yankee imperialism is a colonial condition. Through gringo lies, America propagandize, but compañeros still maintain vision. Patriotism labels sedition, but never swayed from their mission, the liberation of a nation bombarded with bombs and radiation experiments, toxic elements, paradise turned to cement. Eugenics genocide waged for an empire that sought to kill the bird but keep the cage. Engaged in struggle or enslaved, revolution is the only way.
Peace, party people, in the place to be. She's doing the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue.
Tip of the tongue.
Yeah.
Lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue.
All right. It's a party. It's Monday, and we are here, Maroon Mondays. Peace, party people, in the place to be. How y'all feeling? Wait. Live from the epicenter of innovation and creation. We are 1010 wins. You give us 10 what's goods, and we'll give you a world. Another world is happening
because of you.
That's right.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. We got a lot of headlines today.
A lot of headlines.
We got a lot of good news.
I'm glad I could lean on you
got a
to
lot of
tell
good
us
news.
what's happening in the world.
Ready? We're going to give you some updates on the countries that are beating COVID. So there are some prefigures that have done the right thing and the people are surviving. We'll give you that update soon. Very, very good news. Ireland has been heavy in the building. Find out how, find out why.
What?
Yes.
Ireland?
That's right.
Oh.
Folks are already planning and mobilizing and organizing for Black August. What is that?
Black
What
August?
is that? That's right.
Oh my God.
Rebirth of the Rainbow Coalition. I'll put that twice.
Rebirth of the rainbow. That's too much.
The real one.
Oh, the real one.
The real one, as people like to say. Diversity is alive and well. We just had a crazy holiday. However, we are going to talk about it. July 4th, we had a peaceful take back in the Bronx, and I'm going to hear all about that. There are some really fantastic mamas that are prefiguring a homeschool collective.
Who are the mamas?
Woo!
Who are the mamas?
Who are they?
Where the mamas at?
Stay tuned. Find out. Find out. They are putting their babies to bed at this moment. Mobilizing and organizing, we are doing that. We're going to give you a report on some rituals that are working, as we always do. We're going to give you a report back on our Maroon Mondays. And we have a special guest today, right?
We got a special guest.
Special guest coming in.
Special guest. We finally got him in. You know, we got our GoPro Radio Revolutionary Party. We've been talking, hinting on it, and he'll tell you how to get access to it every Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. If you don't know, now you know. You should know that.
You should know.
Talk about that.
That's right. Later, yeah. This is my last headline, and then we can bring him in.
Really? It's like that?
It's like that quick.
Nah, that's too fast.
It's too fast.
We got to
share a couple stories.
Share a couple stories.
Okay.
You know, break up the headlines. You know what I'm saying? Break it up.
Black and brown unite. Black, brown, and white unite. Black, brown, and queer unite. We're gonna talk about it all.
She slipped that in there. I didn't. We okay, yeah.
You know how we do. I want to come to the party. All right. So we're gonna talk a little bit about
which one we want to talk a little bit about right now.
Which one we want to talk about? I want to get right into July 4th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to get right.
So we're gonna do some assessments. Is that what's happening? We're doing assessment or just report back?
I mean, you know, it's good news. It's good news.
Report back.
We can assess a little bit.
So go ahead, rock it.
All right. So July 4th, here in New York City, a lot of things happened. You know, we can't possibly report back on everything that happened because we can't even tell you everything that happened on our front porch. But in the Bronx, we had some fantastic folks get together, and Spirit has been organizing with some of these people for a really long time. So I would like him to speak to some of the groups that were leading the reunion in the Bronx. But it came out of, in response to some nooses were found in the park, and people obviously wanted to gather around that. Many people have decided not to celebrate July 4th this year. Some people have not celebrated it in a very long time because it does not represent the values that they hold to be dear and true. But we made the independent decision, celebrating Independence Day, to join our Black and brown brothers and sisters in the Bronx, and talk a little bit more about that.
There was a call for we already got my man on, so I think to be continued, we're gonna do it. I think we're just gonna put him on. You know, I think what I love about this brother is that he's ahead of the curve. So before we even reached out, we got him on. We got him. This is my man right here. We got GoPro Radio in the building. I think I got it right now. I got it live. Can you hear us? Oh, we good.
His camera is looking nice.
His camera's looking real good. Can you see us, brother?
Yes, I can. I can see you. Can you see and hear me?
I can see and hear you. I appreciate you taking the time to get Skype. I know it's an ancient platform, especially
in comparison to what you've been doing with GoPro Radio. My partner, my co-host, she couldn't wait. You must have felt her energy of summoning you and saying, let's go right into it right now. Let's get him on. I was like, wait, hold up. I was giving him a little time. She was like, no, we got you. My man,
Good.
Tyrone
Good.
Washington, right here. GoPro Radio, Revolutionary Party. How are you feeling, brother?
Oh man, every day above ground is a good day. That's what I tell everybody.
Yes.
Every day above ground is a great day. Thank you so much for having me on your program, your show. And thanks for actually connecting with us on our Revolutionary Party every Friday between 8 and 10 o'clock. It's an exclusive event, and it's via Zoom. So this way we make sure that it's a very controlled environment with respect to how many people can actually get on and how many people can participate. We've had some wonderful guests like yourself. We just had Letitia Devine, poetess, on. Prior to that, we had Rod Digger. Yeah. And before that, we had Angel Clavelis, Melinda Davis, just to name a few. Like we really give a lot of attention to music and the arts and also conversation and discussion and games. And games. Who more than us, need that kind of release, particularly now with all the stuff that's going on in the world with the COVID and the legitimate uprisings that are going on all over the place. And then with the economy, the way that it is. So we just decided to say, what we can do? There's a lot of people who are doing a lot of think tanking and they're in that space. There's a lot of people who are doing a lot of organizing and things like that. But we also need a space where we can come together and actually like a space that is pretty much, I would call it safe, where you can, be whoever you want to be and have real conversation and learn and grow. It's like judgment-free zone. And so it's a lot of fun, but we do have some serious conversations, as you know. But at the same time, we try to keep things, light, sort of like what you guys do at 1010 Wings. You try to also, and I think what it is a balance. You try to have a little balance. Like, yeah, things are going on, things are tough, things aren't easy, things are complex, but hey, we are stronger together. And so, that's implicit in what it is that you're doing. And this is why it's so great that we're connected, so that we kind of spread that energy, so we can also be a resource for each other.
Right on. And we hear. That's what I mean. The other thing I love about what y'all doing out there is not only you highlighting some of the special guests, the artists, but the essential workers and the practitioners that you have on the show. Yeah. The people that you have rocking with you. I don't want to mention anything for whatever it may be, but education, people who have been mastering education for a while, who have been mastering the health industry, who have been sharing their insight, their input. That's another special edition. Could you talk more about that? I don't know who's public or who's not. So
no, absolutely. I mean, and that was a whole idea. We wanted to make sure that we created an environment where there were professional people, leaders in education and in the arts and also in business. And just to name a few, I mean, we have Lakota Summer Legion. Yes. She's a educator. She's a mental health clinician. She's an artist. She currently works as a community schools director in Bushwick, Brooklyn. She has a private life coaching mindful movement practice, and it's in its second year. We also have Tyona, who is a principal. Matter of fact, she's the founding principal of the High School for Excellence and Innovation. Just to name a few. So everyone that's there. We have Audra, who runs a clinic for people who have challenges with substance abuse and that whole kind of thing. And I mean, the list goes. Everyone who's a part of it, like yourself, are when I say professional, I mean professional in the sense that they're committed to whatever aspect of the industry that they're a part of, and they're excellent at it. Like I said, you guys. So. And we really invite people to be a part of it. As a matter of fact, if you want, we have a meeting ID. If I can give that out, then maybe we can put it in the chat. The meeting ID is 875-80 828-5536. Join the conversation, join the discussion, and at the same time, have fun. We have awesome games. I mean, what's some of the games we have? True or false games that's done with Lulu. We have a new hostess.
Yeah.
She's 13 years old, and she's 13. She's awesome, and she does the true or false game. We have questions in the bottle where there's these random, very interesting questions. Contemporary, we kind of draw a little bit off of pop culture a little bit too, so we kind of clown that a little bit. And then at the same time, we also have these polls, and it's called Would You Rather. So we take a poll. So it's like I said, it's very immersive, it's very interactive, it's very revolutionary, it's very different than most experiences that I think most people have when they go out to actual party or whatever they're doing now online and with Zoom. So, be a part of the experiment and the experience and, and just, have a really good time. But just let us know, when you plan to come in, because we definitely have a guest list.
Yes.
So, and also you can join our guest list by going to, we have a community online called the GoPro Radio Revolutionary Party VIP guest list via Facebook.
So we're gonna put that on our link. She already put the meeting ID. We're not gonna give out the password. You're gonna have to let us know that you're coming through, because we don't want. We got a lot of people that we know on here, so we're not gonna give that to you. But I think what I would appreciate was that there was a process. So much of the process that it took us a minute to get in the first few times. We were trying to figure it out. And I love your security. We were like, hold on, what's the ID? What's the password? And I think if you go to the GoPro Radio Revolutionary Party VIP list, which you'll put the link on, that'll give you easier access. That'll be, we know that you was on this program. Just say 1010 WINDZ sent you. You got to get some kind of reference, because we're not letting you in just like that. Because you can't just come through, because you have been bombed. You have been bombed, and that's a real deal. And as a professional, I just want to say, from one professional to another, watching you handle the way the bomb occurred, it happens. It's inevitable, right? But the way you was just smooth with it, you was like, okay, all right, we're gonna keep it moving.
Let's delete.
So a safe space, you definitely are creating, and you are protecting that space, and we appreciate it. You also had another guest that I'd like you to maybe expand upon. I even want to know how you got her, Tiffany Drayton. How was it that you got this beautiful, wise writer who is now, I believe she's in Barbados, so she's out. She's not here, right? She's in Trinidad.
Yeah, she's in Trinidad right now. She wrote an article in the New York Times, a very controversial article about being a refugee out, from fleeing America's racism. She's a mom, she's a mentor, she's a world traveler, she's a writer, she's an adventurer, and she's written for New York News. She wrote for VOX. She loves to write. She's an awesome writer, but a real critical and analytical thinker. And we had her featured on our program. She's also a commentator, but she's a troublemaker, and she had the audacity to write this article that was really, I think, very critical of what's happening in this country. So much so that she felt, in order just to be safe, to get her and her children out and go to Tobago. She's Trinidadian, and so she's from the islands, but her family and everything, they moved to America, didn't like it, wasn't feeling it. It's a very interesting, it's a compelling article. I think everybody should look for it. I think it's still on the Times website. If not, we'll have some links and so forth where you can go check out the article. But yeah, she was a guest on our show, and it was a very robust conversation. It was a very honest conversation. And those are the kind of people that, that join our community every Friday between 8 to 10 o'clock to, have some interesting conversations. Because, it's one thing to kind of be in a room with everybody that kind of agrees with you, and it's like everyone's preaching to the choir. And I think that's to some extent, important, right? Because in this world where it's like topsy-turvy, you need people that are going to kind of give you that oomph and push. But I think it's also important to be in spaces and rooms where people might have a different perspective on it. And I think that's the only way that we can really honestly kind of grow. You grow, and you also, when you challenge yourself and your own ideas, it fine tunes you to better present, your ideas and your thoughts, and also to be open to, I think, ideas that can actually move the conversation forward. Because I actually believe it's a protracted struggle. Although we have a lot of things that are going on right now in the street. I'm quite sure when the cameras move and start refocusing on other things like COVID and the election, and then the Black Lives Matter kind of goes in the back once again until something else happens and we start to respond. I believe that it's a long struggle, so it requires, I think, constantly vetting ideas, constantly vetting strategies, and what better way to do it in a room that is dynamic. And so
Definitely. Yeah, y'all. I commend y'all. I know we've known each other for quite a long time. I've been out to your spot, your studio. You're a multimedia professional individual and also revolutionary who has brought many artists. You've produced many people. Nana Soul. You had Letitia Divine. You did a Truth Sound Down. you Nana Soul. You know what I'm saying? You had some really dope people that you was working with. You even had San Salam on your vibration. You had Immortal Technique was also on there for Free Mumia vibe.
we did under the label Black Wax. And now, we're going to be moving in the space of Iron Metropolis Films, which, a lot of those properties have moved over. A mentor of ours, Fred Ho,
Yes.
we did a film on, and it's finished, and we're going to release it in time for his birthday.
What?
For August, people will be able to, check it out. Yeah. So, but you've always been engaged with, our from its inception, and from the Troops Out Now. I don't know if you remember that CD.
Yes. Yes.
The one for Mumia. It's called, and also Over the Influence. You are really the consummate professional artist. And you really are about it. There's a lot of artists who talk the talk, but you really walk that walk. You really don't only, it's not for you, about, simply about getting up on stage, because you're a dope performer. You're like one of the dopest artists I know. Like in my mind, top 5 artists, period, hands down. But I think what makes you great, Spiritual, is that it really, it's your life, you really, and I think that's one of that's the magic in the way that you're able to connect, the way that you're able to meet people on stage, because it's real for you. It's no pretense. A lot of artists, they have to pretend, they have to kind of invoke other things and think about other things or get in the mood and stuff like that. I think what people see is what they get, and that's so rare that you get an artist that is so incredibly talented, but at the same time so in the moment and so connected to the source material, because it's about his lived experience.
Right on. Give thanks, and we love being on your show, man. Like I told you from the beginning, I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if we can make every Friday, but somehow between the games and the special guests that you got, we just hooked. We addicted. We can't. We like. Yeah, we got to do this, we got to do that, and the next thing you know, I see we coming from a rally, we coming from a demonstration, we coming from some kind of manifestation. We're in the garden. We're like, we got to show up, because it is not only our people, you are family, but it is dope. It's entertaining. I think as a revolutionary and as other revolutionaries, we've been telling our families like clicking in, chiming in. This is the dude right here, this brother. This is the one that we've been telling you about on the secret listers, telling you, like, giving you the passwords. So check it out, because we're not putting it out on blast like that. So this is the brother that we're talking about. Come see him. Come see what he's doing. Check out the special guests. Check out the conversation, like the real conversations that spark imagination.
It's about quality, and quality people like yourself to be engaged with, because we really do want to have meaningful conversation, and we really want to have a lot of fun at the same time, and try to see if those places can coexist. And we've been having a lot of success with it, and I think in large part because of your participation and your engagement. So I appreciate you for that.
We appreciate you. What else you got going other than the Fred Ho doc that's releasing, which I ain't even know? I come every Friday, you know what I'm saying? I got to get the exclusive on our program. I didn't even know you was doing that.
Well, that's something I wanted to announce first on your show.
Oh!
So I wanted to deliver something that was unique, something that was special, and so I figured I would let folks know that we're going to be making this thing available. We're already working behind the scenes in terms of a really interesting campaign to bring about the awareness of this film project, but also we're also working on the film about the safety net, or the lack thereof, for folks who are having a lot of challenges financially, particularly at this time. And so it's called Failure to Comply, FTC. So also look for that documentary in September, I think, when a lot of folks are going to need a lot of the information that's in it. Because as you know me as a filmmaker, I make insightful films. Like I definitely have a position. I don't do the films where it's kind of like wishy-washy, where it's up to you and how you see it. I have a specific point of view, and I just connect the dots so that it's not ambiguous anymore. It's not the who are they, and who when people say they keep doing this to us, and I actually figure out who are the they, how do they arrive at some of the ideas that they arrive at, and how does it really impact individuals? So I think Failure to Comply is going to be quite an awesome film.
Right on. Thanks. And we also want to let people know exclusive. Hey, let's do it. We also want to let people know, though, like, you have been extending your services beyond, being such a multimedia, a producer, a filmmaker, a writer, like what you do in Captivate. You've also lend your station, your network, to saying, yo, we could train you too. Mm-hmm. So we can also, if you go to GoPro Radio Network, is a whole nother facility that you have, and you have different kind of vibrations that are connected. So people who are into like this independent media journalism or trying to get into the business, you advise, you've helped us out, you gave us some pointers and some tips. So you want to talk a little bit about that part right there?
Sure. I think this is the age of citizen journalism. Anybody with a phone or smart device, is a very exciting time right now to self-report, expose certain. If you think about what just happened with George Floyd, somebody was there with a camera. Mm-hmm. Somebody was there with a camera phone, and they were able to broadcast to the world this incredible horror, this tragedy that unfortunately we've experienced far too often. But having people to be able to do it in a way that I think is smart, and where things can go viral. We can really put these major networks, against the ropes, because and actually put pressure on them to at least tell a little bit more truth, Mm-hmm. And when you see something and you hear something, and it's coming from the citizens, the people who are not, I think, influenced by pharmaceutical companies because they're the advertisers, or these huge car companies and so forth and so on. It's just individuals who are just really interested in the truth, and the truth getting out there. I think it's just very, very important to show people how they can not only do that, but how it can be effective. So, we actually do that, at GoPro Radio. You can check us out at www.goproradio.com, GoProRadio.com. And of course, those are the huge sponsors behind GoPro Radio's revolutionary parties every Friday between 8 to 10, via Zoom.
Right on. Yes. Thank you, brother. Is there anything you want to share with the people anything that you feel, any advice that you have for young journalists or the people that may be watching who are like, yeah, man, I've been seeing these streams, these live streams, or any tips to not make mistakes or content or anything you want to give somebody. If you could give like a few words of wisdom, what would you narrow it down to? Mm. Say it one more time. One more time. Rosa says say it one more time. Yeah. Mm. Mm.
Do it, and you always have the support of, a GoPro radio.
Mm. Right on. Give thanks, brother. We appreciate you. We love you. I love your words of wisdom
Oh,
as
and thank
always.
you for having me on. Thank you. I really appreciate this.
Yes, and we're gonna have you back on because we're doing this collab every Friday, and then we're doing
That's
this
right.
every Monday. So we going back and forth. We're gonna pass the baton and keep it moving on.
It's a weekend
Hmm.
sandwich, a revolutionary weekend sandwich.
That's right. That's right.
Right on. Peace, brother. We love you. We'll see you soon, and we appreciate your
All right.
wisdom. We'll share
See
the
you
link.
Friday.
See you
See you
Friday.
Friday.
This Friday. This Friday. Check out
Friday.
GoPro Radio, party people.
Hmm.
All right. Peace, brother. See you soon. Peace,
Peace,
peace.
peace. Yes, yes.
Check out our brother GoPro Radio. We're gonna put some links up so y'all can check him out. Y'all can see what he's about. And I think we got the. I hope Maisha said we got the last part of him. We got the. I know we did. We make sure we get this part. I think we good. We got our sound check people out there. Sometimes my thing keep tweaking out, but thanks to Maisha, our cadre.
That's right.
She actually hit me up. This is what happens when you ask or when you feel that you need something and other people in Revolutionaries stand up. She noticed during our 10-10 wins, we'd always get interrupted by some sort of internet connection or even with the Skype or whatever. Something wouldn't be going on. You know what I'm saying? Something would be fuzzing out.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I'm not. She was like, straight up. She just hit me up and was like, that was today. Today she hit me up and said, so what's the problem? How can we make that like not happen? Like, what do you need for your home base to make it like smooth?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, see, I didn't tell her this yet. It's how we live together, but we don't really talk all the time.
Live
got so many other
updates
things.
from
Live updates.
La Casa.
And she was like, yo, like, I think it's your signal. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I have an extension for a signal. I didn't even know it existed. A signal extension.
Mm-hmm.
So, on Wednesday when we see the Panthers to do our interview and the young lords, we're going to focus on the Black Panther woman. We're doing a documentary, a mini doc. When we do that, oh yeah, we'll talk about that later. It's not ready yet. But when we do the interviews there, we're going to pass that on and we're going to see if we can test it out and not have internet issues.
Whoa.
Up here, because we in the upper dungeon. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's kind of like we're really far from.
We're far from our box.
Far from the box. We're far from the box. Thank you, my. We love you.
That's so cool. I feel like we just got like those, when you see the radio towers and they have the circles.
Mm.
We're going to be getting more circles. So
That's
thank
right.
you.
Big up Vitamin, what up, what up? Another filmmaker in the place to be, B-boy filmmaker, utilizing hip-hop extraordinaire. I hope you heard my man Tyler Washington, and I hope you join him and us 8 to 10 p.m. That's every Friday on GoPro Radio. We put the links up there. You got the ID. Just let them know what's good. We there. Tell them 1010 wins. That's going to be the code right now. That's our code. They got a different code. Yeah. We got a code. The backdoor code for us. 1010 wins. Just say 1010 wins. You good. You good to go. Come in, check it out. It's a good party, man. You can just chill out, check it out, and it's all good. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Big up Blue Dream Radio as well. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about the Bronx, and you know, one of these times we'll circle back to the Bronx and report back. And actually, if you know, if you're still on, I mean, you know, hit me up on the side, and we'll see if we can Skype you in so you can give your updates, brother. If you're around,
that would be dope.
You do that. I'm gonna see if I can make that work.
Okay.
Right, you work it out. You work it out.
All right. So since we got some mamas here, just a little sneak preview. If you know much about escuela, school, all of us, you know, we're sent home due to quarantine, and we're homeschooling as ad hoc, as well as we possibly could. You know, some people were like really paying attention to what the schools were sending and what the teachers were sending and trying to do it at home. But if you have little kids during quarantine, that took a lot of effort on the parents' part, the grandparents' part, the titis, the aunties, the uncles. Everybody had to really chime in, and now that the adults are more and more going back to work, the kids are still, we don't know here in New York City, and I'm sure that cities across the world do not know if their child will actually be physically back in school, if they'll be back in school 1 week on, 1 week off. We don't know. So we have some mamas that are prefiguring the education of our children, and since those mamas are revolutionary, and some of them are here on the call, this education will be revolutionary. So we always quote Malcolm X saying, "Only a fool would let his enemy educate his child." So we're not letting the fools educate our children anymore. I mean, sometimes we have to, because that's the babysitting service, so that people can keep a roof over their heads. But as much as we possibly can, we are educating our children on how brilliant and bold and bright they are, with their true heritage and their true identities, and how we can all work together to prefigure the society that we want. So I'm very proud of the mamas here.
Big up mamas!
Big up mamas, and the Maroon Mondays that have brought the mamas together so that they can talk about it. Yeah, and we, of course, are always looking for fresh curriculum that represents the true people. True people. Oh, you put fresh and I said fresh, but I didn't. Wow. We're in sync.
Fresh.
We're in sync, Vitamin. We're in sync. Yes. Beautiful. All right. Another headline.
We see this right here. This one right here. All right.
Okay.
So
talk about it.
So we still on this. Mm-hmm. June 14th, there was a major call by the Young Lords and the Black Panther Party to organize a manifestation from Sugar Hill down to Black Harlem, 125th, down to 111th, El Barrio, and ending at the People's Church. From there, we met dynamic and beautiful people. This one can't handle the heat. It's too hot for her. She can't handle it. We black, so we good. We're good. Yeah, you're beautiful. We good. Anyway, so we marching down, we doing our thing, and you know, the beautiful thing about our people when we organize, like our people who have been educated, stimulated, activated by our elders, the Black Panthers and the Young Lords and the Black Liberation Army and the Zapatistas, like with history and her story of movements. The beautiful thing is that we've been doing this and we continue to do it, right? So after this manifestation was called, 5,000 people came through, right, by the way. and we went out to the Bronx just July 4th. Same coalition, same people from that particular organizing and mobilizing said we got to do something uptown in relation to what we talked about earlier, the nooses and Van Cortlandt Park. And, the organizations that needed to be there were there. And it was very powerful, it was felt. And I'll be honest with you, I actually, and I think a lot of the sisters who were talking, and even the brothers, I'm sure, who were walking and feeling it and talking as well, there was one sentiment that was like, those rallies downtown, they cute.
Yes. That's a direct quote. That's a direct
quote.
I've been to the rallies downtown. They're cute.
They're cute. And it's true. There's a lot to say about that when you organize with your people and you see the cadre that still exists when the smoke clears, right? Who's there, who's near, who's queer. We still here. We still around. You know what I'm saying? So you had Fierce, you had Fury. You know what I'm saying? Like you had organizations. We were all Dominicans. You had Take Back the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? You had pretty dope, powerful individuals. You had the Black Panther Party, the original Black Panthers. You had my man Omuwale was there with the food, the vegan food. He was holding. Have you? When was the last time you've been to a function and you had a black man serve you some vegan food? We got to get him on at some point and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But like that holistic love, you know what I'm saying? That love that was given, and our family was there. And it wasn't just a protest. It was a manifestation. It was talking about reclaiming particular. It was a walkthrough, right? We went to
it was a tour.
It was a tour. We went
to historical tour.
Her historical tour, and we went to my old high school, DeWitt Clinton. What up, governors? You know what I'm saying? So we went to DeWitt Clinton. We went through there, and Brother Shep also graduated from Clinton. Black Panther. It was just the energy of like, okay, this is what we need to be doing. This is where we at. And this is how you bring things full circle. When people fall asleep, trust you, we still out in the streets. We've been there and we'll continue to be there. That's all I want to say about it. You can keep talking. I just want to say a little something. I just want to say something about it. So.
No, it was...
fight me later for talking too much.
No, I'm not going to fight you for talking too much. It's definitely that one is definitely worth talking about because, like he said, the people that were helping to organize it been there. They've been doing it, and they're talking the real talk. So it's
and walking the real walk.
And that's good news to highlight folks. Is Hector still with us?
Well, my man Blue Dream Radio is gonna meet us with us next week on Monday. Thank you for shouting him out. But he'll be here next week. I do try to do my job sometimes, and I'll let you know if something's going to happen or not.
Oh yeah, no, I was just going to say.
You can call me out.
I was just going to give him props.
Mm-hmm.
So,
just trying to think
in my old life, I went to school for directing and theater, and I can never turn that part of my brain off. So, when we're marching and we're chanting, I'm listening to the chants that are working and the chants that aren't working, and I just wanted to shout out Hector because, he's got a great voice for chanting.
Yes, Amado, what's up?
And not everybody does, so I like his chanting voice. So
yes, we were feeling it. We were feeling your vibe. Even we played earlier. We was like, the chants we were talking about as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead. You gonna keep singing it?
Time to pick up the gun.
It's different when a white girl sings it, right?
Oh man, you sing it. Go ahead.
No. I'm saying that's a good thing. That brings some power to it because that's what we need. We need all the white people to be singing that shit. You know what I'm saying? But like for the real revolution though. But that's but that's it. And the other part was revolution has come. Time to pick up the gun off the pigs. That's the other part of it.
Yes.
The old chants bring them back, right?
Old chants bring them back.
Old chants bring them back. Bring them back. They're good.
Are you on, boys? Which side are you on?
She's gonna start singing.
So all right. Next. Okay. Anyway, July 4th was fantastic. Thank you to everyone that's organizing and mobilizing. Speaking of July 4th, we had a surprise. So we were going to boycott the whole thing, right? but you can't like we you can't really, because our sun is so sensitive, and we're in Staten Island, and if everybody in New York knows, and I think this is true, that fireworks have been going off like nonstop, right?
Ugh.
And our son, he has a really good hearing.
Tylon, we saw you talk about it until like 5:20 or something. Where you at? We saw you talk. We feel you because it's been nonstop over here.
Nonstop.
From like 5:20,
Yeah.
but maybe a little before that. But
Yeah.
you know, all of May.
And my camp fundraising brain is like, all that money could be going to helping the youth have fun activities. Anyway, so we have fireworks, and we had to find a way for our son so well not to be scared. And so Spirit put a speaker outside, and that started a party, pretty much. And we had the coolest folks come by. Not to brag, but our block is pretty neat and it's pretty diverse. So the original idea,
neat as in clean or neat as in cool?
As in neato.
Oh, okay, cool. There go the whiteness. There we go. Okay, party people. Just translation. You know, we got to always have a conversation in translation. But go ahead.
Yes. I don't care about neat as in clean. I don't care about that. Anywho, this is why the stories take so long.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know? So we have an Argentinian neighbor, a neighbor from Barbados. We were on the porch dancing, Nicaragua in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So people were drumming, you know. So we were making lots of our own noise, dancing in the front yard. Mm-hmm. And then our Bengali neighbor came by, Mohammed, and was able to like take some pictures. And I was just thinking, like, this is actually the American dream, you know? Like,
what?
Just to have that many people just having a good time together. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm
a Leo, so I love to party.
But we don't gotta give it in the context of America. That's not a thing.
Just because it was July 4th, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, you know,
I don't think they were predicting that would happen. Actually, I think they were hoping that holiday would forever be for them. So I don't think
yes, and that is why I'm presenting it as good news, because as Tylon had on his show, there were threats about white nationalists.
Oh yes,
retaliating and you know, like promoting violence on that day, right?
From our reports, just so you know, didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
July 4th, nothing happened. Not to say that those threats aren't real, but to say that, you know, you still got to do what you got to do. You get out there, you hold it down. We were also doing, well, not we. I was a part of some security detail uptown, so we were good. We were watching.
I was watching too.
She was watching.
Right. You see my position?
I saw your position. You were checking out the perimeter. You were pretty good. Eagle eye. So we were on it. And I think as long as you take precaution, and as long as even the brother from the Huey P. Newton Gun Association or something put out this communique. Just so y'all know, from our ports, our areas, everyone was safe. Everyone is safe. Nothing happened. There was no vandalizing, no terrorizing, no any of that. And actually, I don't know how I felt about it, but just a... All right, we're not gonna say what happened, but anyway, it was great. We love it. I don't know why you feeling that way, because I was the one that felt that way, and you was looking at me like.
Well, now you have to talk about it because it's not fair.
Nah, it's cool. Unless somebody want me to talk about it, I ain't talking about it. Well, we listen to the people. Go ahead, keep on.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
I'm not saying nothing.
All right, and the chat's quiet, so we good.
They quiet.
Okay.
They quiet.
Cool. All right. Can we talk about?
Oh, Leo's love to party. How you know? Yeah, they love to party.
That's
My
right.
Lord.
We love to party. We love to have a good time. Work hard, party hard. We work hard, we party hard. You know, when you work this hard at Revolution, you gotta party. Okay, Ireland in the building. So nationality wise, if you feel like Spirit's cheating a little bit, he's got like an international 10-10 wins happening that he hasn't talked about too much on this show. But it happens on the weekend, and talk about our girl Elaine.
She said talk about it. Maisha said talk about it. Which
which part?
Okay, that part. That part. Maisha, you was there. You know that part. That part, I felt a little uncomfortable. You know, like, I mean, I get it. I
You
get
have
it.
to explain what it is, because
I'm getting there. This is how, you know.
he's back talking about July 4th in the Bronx.
Yes, okay. We're talking about July 4th in the Bronx. You know, the manifestation, beautiful. I mean, assessments, clear, concise, speeches, on point, more than any other space I've been to. I don't like the 2-minute, 3-minute, you got time to do this, you know, whatever. Like, I don't know. They're running because of somebody circling the block and telling you have to leave this whatever perimeter and all that bullshit. When we're in the Bronx, we roll through, you know, you talk, you stand and you talk. Zapatista style. You do it till you get it done, and then you're done, you out, and then you clean up, and everything is fine, right? Like, that's the way I was raised. That's the way we do it. Now, the piñata.
Piñata.
Oh, my Lord.
So, come on, talk about it.
Okay, so there was a piñata at the very end, a piñata that, you know, it was a KKK piñata. Like, I didn't know, I didn't know the agenda. I didn't know what happened. I just see piñata, you know, like hooded, white. Oh my Lord. I was just, first, that just didn't really do it for me. You know, I don't know. Like, some people it does something for it, but it didn't do it for me. But respect to everything else, that from the food to the vibe, everything was live. The chanting, everything was where you needed to be. That part right there, though, I was like, ooh, I might have to check in with my I don't know, political therapist or something to figure out what that means. You know what that? I got to go inside. I got to go to the ontological transformation to see what's happening within me that I can't accept this beating of a KKK piñata. It was pretty hard. It was pretty hard. So that's the only thing I have to say about that. I mean, other than that, everything was perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would take a deeper discussion.
Deeper discussion. You know? But we're going to have my man next week. See, we didn't even think about doing a little, what they call it, cliffhanger thing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Probably shouldn't have said nothing until next week and had them come on and talk about it.
Anyway, how do you feel? How do you guys feel about beating a symbolic KKK member? Tune in next week to talk about it.
Tune in next week to talk about it. It won't drive the conversation, but you'll get to some kind of destination while you're driving. Yeah.
Because, I mean, there is a place for anger.
Yeah.
There is a place for anger. I don't know if it's in a park when other people are... Like, there's just... You know, cameras can do crazy things. And
she's talking about it. She ain't supposed to be talking about it. So don't.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, we ready to shout out Black Veg Fest. They were there with some
Black Veg Fest.
Amazing food.
Muwale, what up?
And they are always a part of Black August, right? They celebrate Black August.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
We like to prefigure and be ahead of the curve, which is super hard for some folks, including me. And people are already talking about Black August. And I think this Black August, we're going to have a lot of people that are in solidarity.
Now it's getting hot.
And
sweating.
And giving up some things in Black August, whether it's chocolate or Spirit doesn't eat all day. A lot of people fast.
I'm afraid of Black August. You know, I'm going to tell you something. I love and embrace Black August every year. We've been doing it, I don't know how many years. It's over a decade, you know. The fasting, the political education, focus and concentration, the sun up, sun down, the exercising, the discipline, right? The spirituality, the lack of boisterous behavior and trying to focus and center yourself while still moving. Kind of like Ramadan, Black August. I'll tell you why I'm afraid of it this year. Because all these goddamn fireworks and shit, all the goddamn actions that we got to be out there doing, a mother lover like me need a drink, okay? Because I'm sorry, that should be getting on my nerves. I'm a little bit like this. And what's been cooling me down a little bit is to just say, but I don't drink. You know, I don't drink during Black August. We usually extend it for like a few months. Inshallah, we'll go 3 months. We'll go to the winter. No smoking, no nothing, no intoxicants, no nothing. So I'm a little afraid, but I'm not. But I am, but I'm not. That's all I got to say about it.
All right.
Now I'm hot, so you made me hot.
Might need some extra therapy in August. Just
somatica therapy.
Just to let you know. Yes. Not that we're not so disciplined that we give up that. the Rainbow Coalition rebirth. Also, the Black Panther interviews. We were just so in line. So we have Maroon Mondays where we have liberation education, and then there's lots of other actions that are going on and happening. And the overlap that has been popping up with family, with topics, with the Church of the Young Lords, it's just an incredible overlap. So when we went to Harlem, right? Yes. This past week.
East.
Barrio. Spirit was interviewing some of the Panthers, and we'll be doing it again this week, which is so fantastic. Some of the Black Panther women, which is great.
All women this week. All women.
They were talking about the Rainbow Coalition and Rebirth, and the real one. Can you talk about that for a second?
The real one. So, I mean, even doing further research, we'll talk about this first. Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton, if you don't know who he is, please get your weight up with the information. We'll put a link to our... No, we're not going to put a link. If you join our Maroon Monday school, you'll get access to the link of all the videos and documentation and, like, stuff. Because we're not giving out...
You're learning from Thailand.
I'm learning. Exclusive. That's what it is. And listen, I know you. I love you. It's good. But whatever. You still got to come and join and do the work so that you can get the work done to you and do the work for other people and all that other stuff. And it works that way, you know. Rainbow Coalition, not Jesse Jackson. You know, that's right, Amada. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the Rainbow Coalition, not Jesse Jackson, the original Rainbow Coalition that was spoken about by Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton, Chicago Black Panther, assassinated, only lived till about 21 years old. Was like at
in August, assassinated.
Yes, in August, peak prime at 19, right? Organizing. When we talk about youth and young people, we have a love and a passion for young people, not because we are getting older and we have a love and passion for young people because we have children or whatever. Nah, we've had that before we had children because we understood that the revolution is with them and it starts with them and it is with them. Although we got to figure out how to reach them because I heard that Facebook is not the way. But we'll figure out how to copy our stuff and put it on Instagram. I wouldn't do it. I just fuck the Instagram. But anyway, all these platforms, we have to figure something out.
Don't be so old.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so the original Rainbow Coalition consisting of the Black Panther Party, the Brown Berets, the Young Lords, the White Lightning, White Formation, Iwakin, Asian Formation, right? So we had brown, black, Asian, or at the time some people red, American Indian movement, right? Like we had, Leonard Peltier. We had all these formations coming together how to figure out how to dismantle and overthrow white supremacy. Now, does it sound familiar? All of our people who are in the Maroon School, please stand up. No, I'm joking. No, but what we're gonna what we've been having is we've been having a conversation that is not new, right? That's been within us from Maroons. We are Maroons. Maroons are black, brown, white, and everything in between, right? All of that. That's who we've always been. Maroons, Jamaica, Arawak, Taino, in the so-called Americas, Lenape peoples, Iroquois, Confederation, like our nation's seminal, we've always been together. Mm-hmm. White, John Brown, right? Getting resources if you can, overthrowing, being away from the plantation, saying, fuck y'all, we got our own shit. That's what we've always been doing. We've always been doing that. So it only makes sense in our cycle of her story. When we pay attention, we look to win, not to continue to struggle as just for like, I don't know. It's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to do that. You know? But we're trying to win. So we're studying to win and we're practicing to win. So that's where our revolutionary praxis comes in. So now we're like, we are reforming, re-emerging organically a rainbow coalition. I mean, you can add this rainbow in there too, because we're talking about it.
That's
you know what I'm saying? But it's always been. Even before you add that rainbow has been a part of our collective rainbow and existence. We've always been queer. Like, Always, always. You look at indigenous cultures, two-spirited, three-spirited, hello, like, gender non-conforming. Yeah, you can use that word, but people have always been fluid. We've always been fluid. Like people cross-dressing, whatever it is, like that's always been in our cultures, right? So we have to figure out who is the one that's telling us that has been separate. Who is the one that has been telling us that you're different from the other person? Who is the one that put a motherfucking checkbox that said you're white Latino, you're black Latino, you're white Irish, you're black? Who did that? I didn't do it. Just like I told the people down the block the other day, I didn't call you. Get out of my neighborhood with your jackhammer.
Oh, another.
I'm not gonna get into it.
Another story.
But you gotta stand up for what you feel is right. Like you know in your soul shit ain't right. If you know it ain't right, you talk about it, you do something about it. But first you organize. We talk about awareness. You have to have awareness first. 3 A's. Awareness, articulation, and then action. Awareness, articulation, and then action. Be aware of what's going on in your communities. Be aware of what you need to know. Then you can talk about it. Don't be talking about something you don't know. Be aware first. Then you can talk about it. And damn sure you best not be planning no goddamn action if you don't know how to talk about it or even know what you're talking about. That's it.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. That's it. That's it. I talked about it. That's it. And then we also want to pass on the 3 P's. We're going to give another gem. 3 P's. When you check in with your family, when you check in with friends, if you want to make it clear and concise, here's what's been working in our circles and our collective spirit. 3 P's. Give us an update on your personal, on your political, and your professional. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Because if it's not pertaining to the topics of the day, I don't want to hear you talking too much. You know what I'm saying? We got too much work to do for people to be blabbering their mouth. Get to the point. What we doing? How can we utilize work together? How our persons combine? How our political combine? And how our professions combine? And then let's make some actions and let's do it by being aware of each other's existence, by articulating to each other that we're aware of each other's existence, and then planning an action together. 3 A's, 3 P's. Work it out.
Yes. Could you give an example
of what?
Of that working.
That working?
The
personal?
The AAA.
Oh, the AAA. You the teacher. You want me to give the example?
No, I have one. Ready to go. Ready?
Okay, go ahead. Why are you talking?
Here we go.
Like to hear. Here we go. Go ahead.
Here we go. So we have a couple of spheres in our Maroon school, and I heard back from one of our leaders that there was a young woman in New York City who is ready to be organizing here in New York and active and able to come out, right? So that's not true for everybody. Thank you, Maisha, for putting in the chat. So we became aware of Kelsey, who is going to be helping to make an action on July 17th for Eric Garner here on Staten Island. And that was it's a very quick cycle, that one, super quick cycle. Someone is aware that we want to be active. We articulated a plan, and now she was acting out her plan. Boom.
That works. That works.
Super quick.
That works. Cop watch. You aware that police suck, and you begin to get your self-determination, and you call them the pigs. And then what you do with the pigs is that you monitor and surveil the pigs' activity so that they can cease. And now some people used to do cop watch with other things that shoot. Nowadays, you guys are lucky that we use cameras.
And it's a cycle. So while
it's a cycle because it might go back.
Action to watch the cops, you might get some information that you need to be more aware about, and then you have to articulate a new plan. It's a cycle.
The cycle.
The A cycle.
The A cycle. A.
All right, can we talk about Ireland or what?
I thought we did.
No,
Ireland,
no.
What up, Ireland? They sleeping right now, but we could talk about it. They sleeping. I mean, not sleeping, but they resting.
I'll give Elaine a shout out while you pull up all of the beautiful countries that are beating COVID.
Oh, it's already here.
Yeah, because Ireland's on that list. So we are organizing with an incredible artist named... Yeah, go ahead. An incredible artist named Elaine, and she was on the International 1010 WINDZ this past weekend. She's an educator, and she's just been going super hard in the paint for Maroon Mondays. And so we're excited.
Look, we just had her yesterday, and
yeah.
look, she's still here today.
She's still.
I mean, she's been here.
Studio, yeah. She is. Yes.
There she go.
Not sleeping, but they resting. Yes. I really cannot believe that Amara is here. So Amara, another
leader in our community.
That's right. And I just told them, like, I don't even need to go any further than looking at the women that have been working with us. We have like incredible women that are working with us. Amara is running like a summer camp for a Maroon Cub.
A family summer camp. I mean,
how many kids? And still making the calls. And still making
I don't know.
The
she
calls.
can tell us how many kids you got right now that you're taking care of. And she's still on our Maroon Mondays, you know, organizing and organizing to assess on Tuesdays, and then being a part of five kids.
Yeah.
5 of them. That's a school. That's a school. Yikes.
It's true.
Wolf.
So rituals that work are communicating and working together. And I just love that. Amara has Maisha's child with her, and they're communicating, and it's just lovely. And they've also been joining us for our spiritual prayer circle. Is that okay to talk about?
That's okay to talk. We talked about it on the program that you feel that's cheating on the program that you're doing.
No, I mean, I just don't know if everybody knows about it.
Everybody know about it. We cross-pollinate all the time. Because you know why? We queer, and we all polyamorous, and everything is fun. So everybody know what's happening, okay? So we have a spiritual circle. We don't invite everybody, but we let people know because it's important. My mother said it best last night or yesterday during the day, whatever. She said we are spiritual warriors, you know, or praying warriors. And one example that we talk a lot about is in the Zapatista community in the Caracol. And this is something I feel really connected to, right? Like when we're out there, we see people who are organizing. You know, you have armed resistance. You have people who are in the factories making the boots, making the stuff to sustain the community, farming, corn, planting, in the hospitals and their own stuff. And then before they go out for like La Otra Campaña or like a big thing that they're doing, at the time when we were out there was La Otra Campaña, and they were just circling up and they were just gathering their resources. Before they did that, each caracol was sitting there and praying for hours. And we are invited there to just sit there and pray and burn sage, light incense, water, send our good vibration, our energy. And those who were able to walk, you walk. If you weren't, that was your walk. That was your walk. And that's what you do. Whatever you can do, it is needed. You know, you don't have to be out in the streets all the time. But God damn it, I feel real good knowing that my mother prayed for me probably every night these days. But I feel great. I feel like, you know, woof. You know what I'm saying? That shit helps, you know. It goes a long
pack. It's a power pack. Yes.
But anyway, that's the prayer. Power prayer.
Rituals that work. And it's great to see so many people working with us on those rituals.
Yeah, and some of our Maroon warriors who are organizing and doing and working ways to be in this liberation school, but also being out in the streets, have figured out, and that's the point, to also be a part of that holistic revolution. Take time to do prayer, to not just say, well, I'm out in the streets, I'm doing this, I can't do that, right? Like, we're also giving our energy in another realm, you know? So there are many things you could do. Shit, if you got crystals, line them up. You got candles, light them up. Like, light them up, light it up.
But if you got fuireworks, I don't know.
Sell
them back and donate the money to a Maroon school. Yes, we pray with our
Yes, that was Elaine. Yeah, she was talking. So Elaine, bringing it back to you.
That's right.
Thank you, Maisha, because I was thinking about that. She had made a statement that said some people pray with our feet, you know, and some people pray differently. You know what I'm saying? However you pray, but some people do it that walk. And thank you for that, Elaine. Thank you for that reminder, Maisha. And yeah, that's how we do.
How we do?
You have anything else to say about Elaine? Or you?
I think we did it.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, check out Elaine.
What up, Dublin?
Miscellaneous. Yeah. I'm hoping that when we all get to travel, we get to do a camp out there. That's a prayer I'm putting out.
Ooh.
But that's selfish because I also have some peoples in Ireland that I miss and love. And I'm going to talk about these beautiful countries. Many of them have women leaders.
That was her cue. Like you're going to lose your job.
That's my last story, my last headline. And I'm wondering if you want to close out with your Huey P. Newton remix. Because I think it's a really fantastic.
Well, I was thinking of playing the Maroon thing, but I could play that. That's fine. Go ahead. I'll look for it.
All right. So this website I just came across when I was looking for some good news, and it is endcoronavirus.org, and it talks about the countries that are winning. So you can also find out the ones that are losing. And funny coincidence, the ones that are losing are the ones that have leaders that didn't think it was a serious problem. But if you look at all of these countries, they had spikes and then they are going down. So Andorra, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Bhutan, Brunei, Burkina Faso, Burma, Cambodia, Cameroon, China, Cuba, Cyprus, Estonia, Fiji, Finland, Georgia, Greece. I never heard of that country. Holy See, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Jamaica, Jordan, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Malaysia, Malta, Mauritius, Monaco, Mongolia, New Zealand, Niger, Norway, St. Kitts and Nevis. Oh, please hit me up. I love critiques. I don't want to be the person saying Taino wrong. San Marino, Slovakia, Slovenia, and Somalia. So all of these countries, obviously you can tell that they were hit. It's not that they were not hit by COVID-19. They were hit, and they are figuring out ways to lower their rates and their deaths, and they are beating COVID. So I just thought that was some international good news for our communities here. And many of those countries, as we started reporting back when we first started 1010 WINDZ, are led by women, and women leaders make the best leaders. The proof is in the pudding. And the data. The proof is in the data.
Well, I mean, this is a kid-friendly show. Because the proof is in many other things, too. I mean, there are many things that begin with a P.
Oh, my goodness. We're here, we're queer, and we're not going shopping.
We're not going shopping. That's what she said. She's not going shopping, she says. All right, so she wanted me to play this to close us out. For the people in the place to be. Have fun. Live your life, with respect. Remember, we're not the oppressors. You know what I'm saying? So when things are getting a little intense, you know what I'm saying, just take some breaths, find some good people, be with your like-minded people, and if you can't find them, hit us up if you're here, or if you heard us, hit us up, you know what I'm saying? Hit up Rosa first on her page. Hit her up,
and then text me so I know you hit me up.
Yes, text us so she know, and then we'll have a conversation. You know what I'm saying, and then we'll figure out what to do, because I think there isn't anything that is happening in this world, especially our world, right? Like, to be real, in our world, that we as a community can't figure out. Now that's a big statement, but I do believe that. I do believe that all of us have the answer, and we don't need to look to an authority. We don't need to call the police, the pigs. We don't need to succumb to that kind of rule, right? I mean, I think we're working on ways to get back to a days where I feel like we were close to a point where we had our own doctors in our community, where we have some really good people, Doctors Without Borders. There's a lot of people who have contributed their services to the community. I know Game Omuwale was doing grassroots artist movement. He was able to organize healthcare for a lot of us artists at the time who didn't have artists, and that was because of Rebel Diaz's brother. I forget his name. The elder. the elder, the chair of the family. I forget. I love you, brother. I forget your name because I haven't seen you in a minute. But he helped, Omawale figure out a way to have these low co-payments and to allow the artists in the Bronx, where I was at the time, to get access to healthcare. And that was a real thing. And I think we need all you professionals, all you essential workers, all of you college educated people, like everything that you do, that you've learned. Could you imagine if all of us went inward and did it for our people and not for an establishment, not for an institution? And this is what we're working towards. Like, we can't do it by ourselves. We have particular gifts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this educator right here, she busts her ass with middle school kids, day in, day out. So much where I'm like, come get your kids because school's over. Like, y'all been over and you still try to chat with your girls over here. Listen.
I love my girls.
Yeah, okay. It's time for the kids because they graduated and I got other things to do. So I'm off the clock now. I'm not doing homeschooling. I'm trying to be done. And I'm like, Mama, help out.
Yes.
So
That's
much
why we're
that
prefiguring.
These beautiful professionals, only a few, not many, are lending their services, their talents, their gifts to doing more work, And I think if all of us did a little something, it'll help, And like I said, we have it. We have all we need. We are all we need, and we got this. But Rainbow Coalition, Huey, I got you.
Rainbow. Yes.
Okay.
And we'll be updating the language. The language is definitely outdated in his speech.
Yes.
Send us your revisions.
It's outdated, but you know what? That's another thing, man. Don't be so sensitive out there. When you think about a time and an era, like, that's like somebody really being like, yo, Harriet, hold up. You didn't incorporate blah, blah, blah. Like, it's like, Harriet, maybe she wasn't talking like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe...
About Harriet Tubman?
Harriet Tubman, yes. I'm talking about Harriet Tubman. There was a time when language wasn't a thing. And it was about getting free. And everybody knew when they were oppressed, you get on the fucking boat or the goddamn whatever you need to do and you get free. All right? So, period, let's get free.
Let's get free.
If you understand the message of freedom, you will not be swayed by the language, So just focus on the essence of freedom. So we did this as a tribute the Sunday before. When was that?
You did it the day of the Queer Liberation March.
Queer Liberation March. This is for the Queer Liberation March, and this is for us the day of, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, why people keep trying to separate us? And it goes to what we talked about earlier. Stop trying to separate us. That's what they do. We never did that. We are queer. We've been queer. We don't need separate ideologies within our movements of moving. We are definitely rocking it. We're rocking it. And sometimes we fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we fuck up, but that's okay. You just make sure you check people. But it's like, really though? Like, how many churches on the block you need, right? Like, how many churches on the block you need? Like, if you down for spirituality, you rocking with spirituality. If you down for revolution, you rocking for revolution. You need a religion or an organization or an ism to separate you. Rock with that. Rainbow Coalition, we are reigniting it. We are doing it. This is what it is. This is the beginning. This is the essence or the re-beginning, whatever you call those things. We love you, party people. Are we coming back or are we just signing off with that?
Let's sign off and play a video.
We're signing off. We're playing the video. We're done. Go ahead. You gonna. From the epicenter of innovation and creation. Oh, what happened to the...
This was 1010 WINDZ.
Nah. She's rushing it. Honey. It's hot. That's why she don't want to do it because we don't got an AC, but it's okay. We here for the people. We're here for you. We're going to do it right.
Let the people go to bed.
Live. No, I'm not letting her go to bed. That's the problem. Live from the epicenter of innovation
and creation.
We are 1010 WINDZ. You give us 10 what's good, and we'll give you a world. Another world is happening
because of you. And you, and you, and you, and you, And you.
We love you, beautiful people. Thank you so much, Cadre, for checking in, checking us out, and always being there, rocking it out without a doubt.
There are a couple of other minority situations, or at least cleavages, on which I would like your comments. There are many groups of women today who are all categorized as women's liberation, and yet again they represent a variety of groups, only some of whom are politically conscious, and there are other groups like the homosexual groups. I would like your thinking on their relationship to what you're talking about.
They definitely have a place in the revolutionary movement, the Women's Liberation Front. The Women's Liberation Front, some of the groups are politically conscious. Those groups of women who are politically conscious, we would like to unite with them, and we would like to also have unity with the homosexual groups who are also politically conscious. We've had meetings with the homosexual representatives of the homosexual group, and also the Women's Liberation Front. Now, the homosexual group have been oppressed so much and so badly until it was hard to convince them that the Black Panther Party is relating to them. But we see that homosexuals are human beings, and they're oppressed because of the bourgeois mentality and the bourgeois treachery that exists in this country, that tries to legislate sexual activity. Most of the laws are laws not to promote freedom, which is, I believe, that one of the most essential things that man universally strives after, whether it's internal freedom or external freedom. In other words, freedom from compulsions and obsessions. Man is not happy when he feels forced. These are the internal things. When he's obsessed and feels compelled, whether it's through religious reasons or backwards values reasons, that even if he carries those values, that he's unhappy. And of course, that when we start legislating from the outside, there's force on the outside also, and this is on the laws, on the law book, saying that adult people can't have any kind of sexual relationship they want to. I don't think that the homosexuals should be harassed and badgered and brutalized because of their desire to have a sexual relationship that's not popular at this time. So we plan in the future to make sure that we're have solidarity with all oppressed people. Have solidarity with all oppressed people. With all oppressed people.
Party people, our goddaughter,
virtually all of the known
was
of Homo sapiens.
That we forgot something, and she's right. We definitely, it was very serious. We forgot something very, very important, and we are so sorry. Yes, that's right. She meant it. But you know what? We got you. We got you. We forgot something. Are you ready for this, party people? Because just in case she doesn't do it right, we're gonna help out. All right.
Maroon and youth leadership.
Woo!
Planning Black August.
Hey!
Mobilizing and organizing.
Hey!
You took the ones I need. Mama's Prefigure Homeschooling Collective.
Elders Inspiring the Way.
That's right. Rainbow Coalition Rebirth.
Maroon Youth for Leadership.
Maroon Monday.
Hey!
New laws to protect us.
Planning Black August. Woo!
July 4th Peaceful Take Back.
Rituals that work.
Ireland in the building.
We love you. Stay cool. Stay Stay protected. Be close. Freedom.